Ever wish you could like hit the pause button on time? You know, like when you're having so much fun and then bam, it's bedtime already.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can relate to that. Especially when I was a kid, it felt like time just flew by.
We'll get this. In today's deep dive, we're going to be exploring a place where someone can actually control time. It's this really cool children's story called The Clockmaker of the Stars.
Oh, I love that story.
Me too. And the cool thing is, even though it's for kids, it makes you think about some pretty big stuff, like what even is time? You know?
Yeah, it really gets you thinking.
And it makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe sometimes it's okay to bend the rules a little bit.
Definitely. Rules are important, but sometimes you gotta know when to be flexible, right? Especially when it comes to having fun.
Exactly. Okay, so picture this. We're zooming through space, right?
And
And we end up in this awesome workshop filled with all these like sparkly gears and clocks that tick with the heartbeat of the universe.
wow, I can practically hear the ticking already.
Right, it's like the coolest clock shop ever.
Yeah.
And that's where we meet Lumeo the Clockmaker.
Lumeo. He's the one who keeps everything running smoothly, right?
Yeah, he's got this super important job making sure the whole universe is ticking along perfectly. He's kind of like the conductor of a giant cosmic orchestra.
I love that analogy. It really captures the sense of order and precision in the story.
Right. He makes sure all the stars and planets are playing their parts just right.
The story describes his workshop as this incredible place with clocks that measure the ages of galaxies. Can you imagine? A clock so big it takes like 1,000,000 years for the big hand to move just one tick.
Whoa, that's mind-blowing.
Uh,
Talk about a long wait, huh? But then, something goes wrong.
what happened?
Well, it's like when you're building a tower and your little brother comes over and bumps the table and crash goes everything you worked so hard on.
Oh no, not the tower. So what crashes in the story?
Okay, so this black rift appears in space-time, and suddenly the universe is in total chaos.
Chaos, like what kind of chaos?
Like everything's out of whack, time is all messed up, and the worst part, the heart of time is missing.
The heart of time? What's that?
It's this magical crystal that keeps everything ticking in sync. Like the heartbeat of the universe.
Oh, I see. So without it, everything falls apart.
Exactly. And it's interesting because this part of the story really taps into that childhood fear of things not going according to plan.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like when your bedtime gets moved up or you can't have dessert.
Total bummer.
Right.
Right. But here's the thing. It turns out the heart of time wasn't stolen. It was freed.
Freed, what do you mean?
Yeah, and by none other than this mysterious silver-haired woman who just shows up and kind of shakes up Lumeo's perfectly ordered world.
So she's like the rebel of time.
Totally. And she basically says that maybe the stars don't want to be controlled,
Yeah.
Maybe they want to dance freely across the cosmos.
Wow, that's a pretty radical idea.
It is. It's like she's giving a voice to that part of us that wants to break free from all the rules and schedules and just have fun.
I love that. It's like she's saying, let's have a cosmic dance party.
Exactly. But Lumeo's not so sure about that. She's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Rules are rules and time is going to march to a beat or everything falls apart.
So he's a bit of a stickler for the rules then.
He is. He likes things to be just so. And to prove his point, things literally do start falling apart.
Oh no, what happens?
Like mountains float upside down, shadows walk without bodies, a total time warp meltdown.
Yikes. Sounds kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, it's like a bad dream. Now, Lumeo's got a big decision to make. Does he try to force everything back to normal, even if it means squishing all the fun and spontaneity out of the universe? Or does he try something different?
Ooh, that's a tough one. What would you do? That is a tough one. It's like he's got to choose between order and fun.
Right. And it makes you wonder, is there a way to have both?
Well, that's what makes the story so cool. Lumeo, who's always been all about, precision and order, he starts to think maybe a little chaos isn't so bad.
So like a little messiness can be a good thing.
Exactly. It's like when you're coloring and you go outside the lines, but it actually makes the picture look better.
Ooh, yeah, I get that. Like, sometimes the best things happen by accident, right?
Totally. And that's kind of what Lumeo starts to realize. He takes the heart of time, but instead of forcing it back into this rigid rhythm, he tries something different.
Different how?
It's like he's tuning a musical instrument, He wants the universe to sound beautiful, but he also wants to leave some room for improvisation, like those little unexpected notes that make a song really come alive.
So he's kind of like a cosmic DJ, mixing and remixing time to create the ultimate universe soundtrack.
You got it. And the coolest thing is the universe totally responds to this new vibe. Instead of just shining like they always have, the stars start to dance.
Whoa, wait, really? Dancing stars?
Yeah, it's like they've been given this newfound freedom to express themselves, to twinkle and shimmer with their own unique personalities.
Can you imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing the stars doing like the tango or the electric slide? That'd be the most awesome disco party ever.
Right. The story describes it as this cosmic ballet with the stars swirling and twirling across the night sky in this incredible symphony of light and motion.
So it's like the whole universe is having a giant dance party.
It is, and it's like the universe itself is finally able to just let go and be.
But what about Lumeo? Wasn't he like freaking out about all this chaos?
You'd think so, right? But here's the amazing thing. He actually starts to enjoy it. It's like he's finally understanding that his job isn't to control the universe, but to guide it, to nurture it, to let it unfold in its own way.
Wow, so he's learning to be more like a gardener than a clockmaker.
Exactly. He's giving the universe the space it needs to grow and change and surprise him.
That's a pretty cool lesson to learn. So what happens next?
Well, the silver-haired woman, the one who freed the Heart of Time in the first place, she comes back to say goodbye to Lumeo.
Oh wow, so they meet again.
They do, and she leaves him with these really powerful words. She says, "Remember, time must also dream."
Whoa, that's deep. What does she mean by that?
It's like she's saying that even time, this big, powerful force that we all think of as being so rigid and unyielding, even time needs a chance to let loose, to be creative, to imagine and explore.
It's like saying time is a vacation too.
Haha. Yeah, kinda. It's about recognizing that even something as constant as time needs to have a little fun to dream a little.
That's awesome. So how does this whole time dreaming thing apply to us down here on Earth? We don't have any magical hearts of time or anything.
Yeah, maybe we do in a way. Think about it. Lumeo's workshop is like this giant playground for time itself, right?
Yeah.
What if our own lives, with all their ups and downs and unexpected twists and turns, what if our lives are our own personal time playgrounds?
That's what I was thinking. It's a cool idea, but how do we actually do it? Like, do we need to build a giant clock in our backyard to make time dreaming?
No, not exactly. I mean, a giant clock would be pretty awesome, but time dreaming doesn't have to be that complicated.
So how do we do it then?
It's more about like shifting your perspective, you know? Making little changes to how you see things, like adding sprinkles to a cupcake.
Sprinkles. I like where this is going. Tell me more.
It's the same delicious cupcake underneath, but with those sprinkles, it's just more fun.
Ooh, sprinkles make everything better.
Yeah.
So what kind of sprinkles are we talking about here?
Okay, first, sprinkle. And this might sound weird, but give yourself permission to be bored.
Bored. But being bored is so boring.
I know it sounds crazy, right? But boredom is actually like the secret ingredient for creativity. It's when your mind starts to wander and you come up with your best ideas.
Okay, I kind of get that. Like when you're staring out the window on a long car ride and you start daydreaming.
Exactly. Or when you're supposed to be cleaning your room, but you end up building a fort instead.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds more fun than cleaning. So boredom can actually be good for you.
It can be. So next time you find yourself with nothing to do, just chill for a few minutes and see what happens. Don't reach for your phone or turn on the TV. Just let your mind wander.
Okay, I'm willing to try it. What's the next sprinkle?
Okay, next sprinkle, turn everyday stuff into an adventure. Remember how Nib was always zipping around and making everything more fun? You can do that too.
So like if I'm walking to school, I could pretend I'm exploring a jungle.
Exactly. Dodge those imaginary vines. Greet the friendly dinosaurs.
That sounds way more fun than just walking. And what about eating my vegetables? Can I pretend they're magic beans that give me superpowers?
Of course. That's the spirit. Even chores can be an adventure. Like, imagine you're a space explorer cleaning up your spaceship after a long journey across the galaxy. Suddenly, folding laundry becomes a super important mission.
Okay, I might actually start looking forward to cleaning my room if I can pretend I'm a space explorer. What else? Give me more sprinkles.
All right, next sprinkle, try something new every day. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be like trying a new food, listening to a different kind of music, or even taking a different route to school.
Oh, I like that. It's like shaking up my routine a little bit and seeing what happens. What's the last sprinkle?
Okay, last sprinkle, and this is super important. Remember to play.
Play. like with toys.
Well, yeah, toys are fun, but it's more about just having fun, doing things you love, and letting loose. Remember how much fun Nib was having?
It was like a little ball of energy.
Right. So make sure you're having fun too. Schedule time for the things that make you happy, whether it's building Lego masterpieces, painting, reading, or whatever makes your heart sing.
That's awesome. So basically this story, The Clockmaker of the Stars, is reminding us that life is too short to be boring.
Exactly. It's about finding those little moments of magic in every day.
It's like we all have our own heart of time, and it's up to us to make sure it's beating to a rhythm that makes us feel alive and joyful.
Beautifully said. Sometimes the most amazing things happen when we loosen our grip on the clock and allow ourselves to just be, to play, to dream.
So go ahead, add some sprinkles to your life. Let time dream a little. And who knows, maybe you'll even discover a whole new universe of possibilities waiting just around the corner. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and